Acclaimed multi-award-winning Sydney-based singer-songwriter Hayley Jensen is a two-time Country Music Association of Australia Golden Guitar finalist for Female Artist of the Year and the recipient of the Independent Country Music Awards Most Popular Female Artist Trophy for 2024. She was a top 4 finalist on the second season of Australian Idol and later made a chair-turning return to the small screen on The Voice, where she was dubbed the whole package by her coach, none other than Kylie Minogue. Hayley is ready to once again set the airwaves ablaze with her latest single, Outskirts, the sensational track you heard just a minute ago, that follows the release of her smash hit Stomping Ground, which was added to Spotify's iconic Fresh Country playlist for more than 4 months, amassing over 600,000 streams. It also garnered extensive radio play across Australia's major country networks, including the Country Club, I might add. There you go. A dynamic powerhouse live performer, Hayley has headlined major festivals across Australia and internationally, and her notable performances include headlining the main stage at Tamworth Country Music Festival and international festivals such as the Calgary Stampede and Dolphins Country Fest in Canada, plus the Buckle and Boots Festival in the UK. After 2 decades in the industry, Hayley is at an all-time high and has fortified her place as a leading act in the Australian country music landscape, and she continues to make headway internationally. What has never changed, though, is her powerhouse vocals, her authentic songwriting, and her down-to-earth nature. I first interviewed Hayley on the show back in June, and I'm truly honoured to have her standing by on the phone, waiting to have a chat with me again today. So let's bring this extremely talented songstress on air without any further delay. Hello, Hayley. How are you?
Hello. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction.
Oh, you're welcome. You deserve it. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. It's always great to have a chat with you, and thank you once again for having me on your show.
You're welcome. This show is all about supporting good local talent, and you certainly tick the boxes in every respect.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited about this brand new song, Outskirts. I wrote it about growing up and in the country, and I grew up on a little property outside of Canberra, about 30 acres, 40 k's out of Canberra, and had horses and goats and lots of rescue animals and things like that. But loved riding horses and just loved the whole country lifestyle. And I miss it a bit living in the city now. I had to move for to be more closer to the music industry. But my mum still lives out on the property, and any chance I can get, I'm back there for sure. And it just feels like home. So I thought it was about time I wrote a song about the country, given that I am a country artist. So,
and a country girl at heart.
Yes, absolutely, indeed. That's all through and through.
That's nice. Well, look, you've covered the next question because I was going to ask you about the song, and you've sorted that one out for me. So good work. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I just wanted to welcome you to the Country Club again because it's always such a privilege and a pleasure to have you on the show. And admittedly, this is only the second time, but I hope it's not the last. So.
No, God, no. I'll be back anytime you ask me, my friend. I always love our chats, and just incredibly grateful for the support. You know, we spoke last time around Stomping Ground, and that song has just taken off, and it's actually taken off overseas now as well, which is incredible. It's a wonderful feeling to have your music just spread far and wide across the globe.
Well, it's a wonderful feeling to have someone like you on the show.
Yeah, exactly. And to have such great support too here at home. And from both of these new songs, I guess, I'm working on a new album at the moment. So pulling these new songs together and writing some new music and really just trying to, I guess, write new songs that have kind of... this one in particular, I guess, is a little bit different to some of the previous songs that I've written and released that are maybe a bit more about heartache and heartbreak and a bit more feisty and, a little bit more of a rockier edge, whereas this one, I guess, is that kind of feel-good energy to it, being, just the way that we wrote the song and nostalgic kind of feeling that just, it's a bit different to everything else that I've put out there. So I wasn't really sure how it would be received, whether people would be wanting to hear something, that's a little bit more, I guess, happy, light-hearted, but it's just received such a great response so far. I'm blown away.
I can't imagine anything that you would release not getting a good response, Hayley.
No, it's very kind of you. Sometimes, we don't always get it right. We sometimes think, particularly as an independent artist, you're out there, writing songs that mean something to you or putting things out, and sometimes they don't quite hit the way that you thought they might, and that's all right too. But I've been very lucky particularly with these last couple of songs. I've got a new production team and been writing with some new people, and it just feels like a bit of a fresh start. It's always a bit daunting when you kind of start working on a brand new album, particularly after having one that my last album, Breaking Hearts, was pretty successful, and a lot of the songs off that did really well at radio and everything as well. So, starting fresh again can be a little bit nerve-wracking and daunting, and you're sort of thinking, gee, I hope people like what I'm doing here, but it's so far so good.
At a personal level, I think it must be, quite, I don't know how I would describe it, but it's got, like you say, daunting because, you got so much writing on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's exactly. It is very true. You're sort of putting your heart and soul out there, and particularly when you're writing songs like Outskirts that are about growing up and your childhood and the memories that you have and all that sort of thing. I guess whether or not people love it, it's still part of your story, and as you say, it is that personal kind of message still.
Yep.
But it's an expensive business. It's an expensive game. As much as we love what we do, and it's entertainment for so many, it is still a business, and so there is always a lot riding on it too, because you only have to have a couple of dud songs and you're out of the loop kind of thing. So it is always a little daunting and nerve-wracking when you're putting something new out to think, oh, gee, I hope it lands well and people enjoy it. But all the feedback has just been incredible, and I think that comes from the authentic songwriting about writing about things that are real and personal, and but also that a lot of people can relate to as well.
It probably it is a truism, and I think a lot of people sort of skip over it. But the fact is that it takes so much effort and work and time to build a good reputation in this industry, but it takes like a second to destroy it all.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, one dud song or or a bad move, or I don't know if you offend somebody or whatever. But it is. It's certainly a responsibility that I take very seriously, and I think also, I've been doing this for a long time, a lot longer than many people that are out there at the moment putting music out. I've been very, very lucky to have a career that spanned 20 years, and still be feeling like I'm just getting started. It's a pretty incredible feeling to just. I had that great start back in the on one of the very early seasons of Australian Idol, and I was young, and it sort of set me up for a big adventure, that's for sure. But it did set me up, to kind of have a real drive and passion to want to succeed and make music that people were going to love and enjoy for years to come, and that I could, have a successful career in. So I was very lucky to have that kind of start early, and be able to, continue to create music and make music and earn money from it, and be able to make a living and continue to sort of support myself through my art and because it's a tough old game out there, and as you say, one wrong move or wrong song or something, it can really set you back financially, but also reputation-wise, to sort of build everything back up again. And I've been very lucky to have a great team with me. I've been starting to work with a new lot of people recently, and it's been wonderful to just level up. Each time you're sort of working with people that bring in different expertise, and you're trying to get better and better at what you do as a songwriter and as an artist with your craft and live shows, and it's exciting, taking everything to the next level, but yeah, it's also daunting with that more extra responsibility, but I take it pretty seriously, that responsibility, and also being a bit of a role model to some of the younger ones coming through, or even just, young girls listening to music. And I try to also always make sure that, my music is, I guess, would resonate with people, and that they would look up to me a little bit, in what I do after being around for a couple of years, knowing a thing or two. So yeah, I do take it seriously, and I value that position, I guess, after being around for so long.
Yeah, but you also appeal to old guys like me,
Oh, good.
So it's not just the young girls, but old men like me too, like your stuff.
Look, I'm lucky to have a really diverse range of people that enjoy my music, actually. From young people to people that have had more experience and time under their belt, it's and I really love that my music actually appeals to, I look out when I have a live show or something, and there's people from every age group sitting in the crowd, and they're all, seem to be enjoying it. So I think that's a pretty awesome thing to be able to achieve as well, to appeal to a, broader spectrum of people rather than just the young puppets coming through.
Yeah. And I think, and I'm just pointing this out because a lot of artists really skip over this, because another measure of success, I think, and a really reliable one, is how many of your songs are in a particular presenter's playlist. And in my playlist, I've got quite a few of your songs. So,
thank you so much.
I think that is a measure of success for any artist, is to look at that. I mean, it's hard to see what a presenter's got on his or her playlist, but the fact is that, if you've got like half a dozen or a dozen songs, as in my case, I think I've got like 8 or 10 of your songs in my playlist, and that list is growing. Every time you put something out, it gets added, So I really do think that from an artist's point of view, that is a great measure of success, or one of the great measures of success that you can look at in terms...
Absolutely, because you guys know, you're there programming, curating what people are listening to out there, and there's so much music, so much new music being released every single day. And so to have somewhere that, your listeners can come and say, okay, I know that there's going to be a great selection of music played by you on your show, and, and then, as you say, as an artist, that is, really is the ultimate, to have people in the industry that are professionals at what they do, that have a great ear for new music and what they think people are going to enjoy, and being able to keep people tuned in and all that sort of stuff with the music. So, look, thank you so much. That is really the ultimate compliment.
Yep. Well, I'm not looking for the compliment, but thank you anyway. I mean, I do appreciate your kind words. But the fact of the matter is that presenters like me, especially in community radio, where we're all volunteers, we don't do this because we have to. We do it because we love it, and one of the things we enjoy doing is curating, as you said, a decent playlist, one that appeals to us at a personal level. So the fact is, I'm not going to play anything that I don't like myself.
Yep, that's right. You don't have to. Nobody's forcing you to play anything. That's it. That's right.
So again, it reflects a measure of success for any particular artist. The fact that a presenter likes your stuff enough to put it on the radio.
Indeed, yeah. So thank you so much. It is the ultimate, the ultimate compliment and vote of confidence for what I'm doing as well.
Absolutely.
So really appreciate it. We couldn't do what we did if it wasn't for you guys doing what you do and getting the music out there and, helping to share our stories and our songs as well as just the music. It's great to have conversations about the music and about the process and just hear different people's perspectives, and I think that's what life's all about. It is.
And as I said off air, the relationship that we presenters have with artists like yourself, very symbiotic. I mean, what could we do if we didn't have the material to play, that you guys produce? And
what would we do if there was nobody out there playing it? And
exactly,
and, as you say, curating these shows so that people can discover new music that they trust you as a programmer. Yep. We trust you as programmers. You're putting a collection of songs together, and it is it's wonderful. I think there's, I know people are listening to music in all different ways these days, but still nothing beats, the radio and having somebody also have conversations like this, I think. I mean, I love listening to other artists talk about their music and their process of creation and how it all comes together. And so it's, I think, or just anyone in there, what they do for a living or for a passion, it's nice to hear that. So, and these other ways that people can listen to music, you don't get any of that from it. So, keep community radio live and thriving, because it certainly keeps, it's incredibly, it's an honour for us every time somebody says we want to have you on our show and have an interview with you, because it means you must think that I've got something interesting to say and share with your beautiful listeners. So it's great.
Well, it's from my point of view, it's community radio. One of our core responsibilities, I think, is to promote Australian talent. And one of the ways that I see that we do that is not only to play people's music, but to get on air, get the people on air, to have a conversation like we're having right now. It's a great way to promote artists because, it's one thing to listen to a person's music, but it's another thing to listen to a person talk about their music, and how they perceive it, and what the influences were behind the songs and so forth. And you can only get that through a conversation like we're having at the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. All of the social media and all that kind of stuff, it's great, but there's nothing like hearing and having a conversation with another person about your dreams and what you're passionate about, and that goes both ways, I guess, with you, what you're doing, and me, what I'm doing, and I hope it inspires other people to get out there and dedicate time and make time to do the things that they're passionate about and enjoy as well, because that's how the world becomes a better place when we're all happy and finding space in our lives to do the things that we love and that mean something to us.
Yeah, it's what life is all about, or a big part of it anyway.
You can get caught up in the rat race and and the busyness of life, and not be able to spend time doing the things that you love. I think so. It's
as opposed to doing the things you have to do.
Yeah, exactly. Going up. If you don't love your job, you're doing it just to make some money or whatever. It's important to put that time aside to really focus on and do the things that you love, because it makes
Quite
us
right.
all happier people, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, that's right.
Yeah.
And happiness can be in short supply, so, grab it while you can.
Well, that's right.
We're, unfortunately, we've gone way over time.
That's just what we do. Sorry, that's what I do.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
I won't blame it on you.
I can think of no better way to go over time than have a chat with Hayley Jensen. All right, look, I've got to sign off, Hayley, because there's other stuff I have to do. Talking about things that you got to do. Anyway, look, thank you so much for taking the time in your Sunday afternoon to have a chat with me. And
Absolute pleasure.
and I know you do appreciate it, and that means a lot to me. But again, thank you, and I wish you all the best and every success. Can I send you a text with our mailing address that you can send me a CD when your new album comes out?
Oh, absolutely. You'll be one of the first to get it. Absolutely.
Excellent,
It'll be
excellent.
on the way to you, 100%. It'll be next year, but there'll be one in the post to you for sure.
No problem. All right, I look forward to it because I need more Hayley Jensen songs on my playlist.
Thank you. I'm working on it.
Good girl. Good girl. I love your work, and I mean that sincerely. All right. Again, thank you, Hayley, and I look forward to talking to you again next time, maybe when the album comes out or whenever, hopefully before then.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
Look forward to the next chat as well. Thank you so much for having me on your show and helping to spread the news and spread the tunes and the stories. Really appreciate it.
You're more than welcome. All right. Look forward to our next chat. In the meantime, look after yourself. Take it easy. Have a great Christmas. If I don't talk to you before.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. You too, and to all your listeners as well.
Thank you very much. Okay. We'll talk to you again soon, Hayley. Bye bye.
Bye.